productive.
Yeah, they put
that would only last. That would only last for a good month before their body started to break down from
it. Exactly. See, that's what I said. Like it's acidics. The acidics is what's deteriorating us and making us age faster. Like eat meat. Protein is really acidic. It's really amino acid, and it's really what's making us age. Eat meat is what's making us age. My grandma lived for 100 and some years old, and she ain't eat that much meat.
Listen, Elder. We knew elders in the community that lived to be 120 and ate pig, the worst meat to eat.
Right? Go ahead.
They was eating pork and smoking cigarettes, and they should be salty as hell. And they didn't have high blood pressure. They didn't have high blood pressure. They didn't have diabetes or none of that shit. What happened that made these things become part of our reality is a long, drawn-out effort to break down the genetics. But it's only going to work for so long, and then we're going to adapt. We always do.
Hey, man, that was fire what you just gave me right there. That was fire. That was fire. So you think it's all, so like, when you start breaking down everything, okay, people still got waiting on your questions, man, because ain't nobody dropping a question. Does the black man and black woman, is the black man and black woman God? Of course. Go ahead, bro. You want to go on that, Rod?
Nope. If you don't know who God is, you ain't gonna never know.
That's all right. My girl, my number one girl, Lee Carter. Is it a necessary skill to be able to perform excavations of spirit energy, or do we, or as Nubians, not utilize occult skills or divinations? Go ahead.
Listen, that's what you call preferential practice. Everybody is not a priest. Everybody not made from the priest clan. Some people are just nobles, and they not have none of the. They not from the priesthood, so they would get the priest in the family to do their priestly work, and then they'll do the noble work, right? And the noble's work is the organizing of the family functions and all that kind of shit.
Hey, Trump, I don't know if you answered this question already, but this is another question I got. What's your take on Trump getting raided by the feds again, just so we can have that on this tape, the question and answer tape?
The Fed raid was looking for 72 secret treaties. They wasn't looking for what they telling you they was looking for. The 72 secret treaties is the treaties that they was using to keep us in this condition. Trump took them to the continuity of government, and that's where they at being reviewed by the elders from the land.
Okay. Just to listen to just to get all this information. So it's like, it's good stuff. I got one right here. Cassidy Nix. Question: what is the role of the priestess of Isis here on Earth now? Ishtar, the priestess.
Well, they got priestly duties. They got family reconciliation duties to be doing mostly at this time, like bringing family members that ain't never met each other together, different stuff like that. But if they're a priestess of Isis, they supposed to know their role.
Okay, we got another one. Cynthia Simmons. When I stopped my health got better. My primary care physician told me keep doing what I'm doing. May say, I guess she's just saying, telling you that she stopped eating meat and look better. Hey, same thing with me, Cynthia. Even though we eat a little bit of fish, like like salmon and shit like that. Me, I don't even eat that no more because I don't like the way my wife put the salmon together. But I like that fried bass and that bass and that white perch. Tell you that now.
Yeah.
You want to say
again,
something?
The diet that your body gonna tell you. Some people not supposed to be vegan. Some people supposed to be vegan. Some people ain't supposed to, your body gonna tell you what is a suitable diet for you, right? A good starting point is a book called Eat Right for Your Blood Type. And that helped a lot understanding of who work best as a vegan. Because some people, if they go vegan, their body won't hold nutrients. And that's based on genetic design for that bloodline, right? But through the mixing of the people over the last couple thousand years, you got a lot of people. You got two people in one family. One is a carnivore and the other is a herbivore.
That's right. I did a research on the blood types. A tiger has a B blood type. A tiger is carnivores. Now they said at one point that these beings didn't eat meat, but they blood type is type B. Then I noticed that a lot of people with type B, they can eat their meat more raw than somebody with type O blood type.
Mm-hmm.
So if you got B blood type, you definitely connect back with the meat eaters, reptilians. The B type is reptilian blood type. Is because you got cold-blooded and then you got warm-blooded creatures. See, so we warm-blooded. Then you got these other species that's blended from these other Hindus. They the B type, which is blended from the reptilians, the cold-blooded being. Why I say these people are cold-blooded. It was cold-blooded what he did. He just ripped the guys. That reptilian ripped the guys' jugular vein out, and he ripped the guy's heart out of his ass and ate it while his blood was oozing. That's that B carnivore type that blood type mentality, man. I'm telling you, man.
But it don't, if you eat meat or don't eat meat, it don't make you worse or better than nobody else.
No,
look,
go ahead.
Because vegetables, your plant life is just as alive as the meat. Instead of bleeding red, most of them bleed chlorophyll, green. Some of them bleed white. That's called whatever kind of plant it is, that kind of milk. But the human is, we just as much plant as the plant, and we just as much animal as the animal, but we just as much spirit as spirit.
Hey, I think if you're a meat eater, you can go right out of the pasture where cows at, and just go right out there and bite right down into that cow's ass while he alive. Eat him alive, just like the rest of the carnivores. If you want to be a carnivore, now we really omnivores. We eat like.
Look. Yeah, tell the vegans to stop cooking their vegetables and the pescatarians to stop cooking their fish.
Yeah, right.
Right, they all make about the same amount of sense.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you this too. Really, what we're doing is why we cook it, because we got to speed that meat up to a higher vibration in order for us to consume it. Some things that's not on our vibration, we got to speed it. We can actually eat certain most of all the vegetables raw, but like the meat, we got to since it's dead, we got to speed the vibration up with the heat and cook it to get it into a higher vibration. So when we consume it, it'll be more up to our speed, up to our vibration. That's why we got to cook the meat, or it make us sick if we eat it. But certain beings on the planet can eat it raw because their vibration frequency is low. Like an animal's frequency is really low, on a lower frequency than human. What you think about that, Brother Rod?
I don't see too much wrong with that. I don't think we need. I can go to the next question.
Hey, come on, we got. Hey, somebody drop one good one. Image being born without fuck. All right. Who? Go ahead. Somebody drop a good one in there, man. All right, question from Cass Williams. Can we astral project and manifest things faster because we are non-ether beings?
Anybody that can astral project is going to always have a faster manifestation turnaround because they develop themselves to a higher level. It don't got nothing to do with you being melanated in the skin, but more with you being melanated in the brain. Neuromelanin is what it's called.
Neuromelanin. That's a good one. Vegan food what's happening 2022 year time resale? Okay, that ain't a question really. Let's see. We need a good one. Give me somebody got to get a good one. Hey, somebody got to hit that lottery, hit that question lottery, man. Come on with a good one. All right, so
somebody said, while you looking for a question, somebody mentioned the chemtrail. So what you seeing now is chemtrails being sprayed to clean up that bullshit they put up there. So you got to put chemicals up there to get the iron, the sulfur oxide, aluminum, nitrate, all that shit out of the atmosphere. That's what they spraying up there now.
So it's pretty much the cleanup. They got to clean up that shit.
Yeah. And they trying different stuff to get the plastics out of the ocean, man. There's so much stuff being cleaned up right now to try to tell you every little thing is a whole show in and of itself.
Hey, my bad for cutting in, Rob. You know, I think that's got something to do with that lightning too, with the air being more. I feel like the air is getting more cleaner, and then I feel like that lightning being louder has got something to do with the air being purified or something like that. They doing something, you know what I'm saying?
Well, you got to remember the ozone layer is getting closer to the surface of the earth. That's almost like putting half of the sky on the ground.
Oh yeah, that's right. Go ahead.
So it makes the sound barrier from Earth to the ionosphere in the ozone, it makes it tighter together, which amplifies the sound, like putting a speaker in a box makes it louder than the speaker out the box. But that's the thunder. All this lightning you're seeing, that's them Crips walking. I keep telling these motherfuckers it's an accumulated rain dance taking place, and this is why you're seeing water in dry places, because they activate the energy that ain't been activated, which is causing the earth to give us a display of what's being done spiritually.
Of conquering the earth. It's part of conquering it. They said they were going to conquer and divide us up. That's the thing. That's his whole game.
Yeah. So now, I done showed you where Enlil been moving throughout the lands, how he came in as Etruscan Moors, as Ottomans, as Turks. He came in through the Iberian Peninsula to subjugate the nations of Europe and exploit them. And once they got on to his bullshit, they called for help from Algonquins from over here. You remember that part, do you? And we the Algonquins who went over there to help them get kicked, to kick them motherfuckers out. So now you know they think to come over here.
Damn, that's crazy.
It was the only place left they hadn't been, and since we was part of kicking their ass out of Europe, they might as well invade us. And so they use every stratagem of war, right? That's what it say in the Quran, don't it? We will wait for them. We will set for them in every stratagem of war. Okay, now the last thing that we're going to top it off with is it's a book called Strategies of the Crescent Moon. It's an art of war, Islamic art of war. And who is the god of the Crescent Moon?
ISIS,
Enlil.
Yeah, Enlil.
Ninursin, actually, his son.
It's Islamic.
That's it right there.
Tactics
of the Crescent Moon. Tactics of the Crescent Moon. That's the right one.
Yeah, right here.
So this go over the strategies that's been being used by Islamic extremists.
What? I gotta get this shit.
It's part of war studies for me, so I had to read it whether I wanted to or not.
Man, I gotta fucking read this book, man.
Yep.
So what? Hey, what do they talk about? Like, can you give us like a synopsis of what they like?
Yeah, it just tell you the basic strategies that they use, why they do suicide bombers, different stuff they tell in there. Like the whole ideology of war from an Islamic perspective that the writers of the book observed being used during warfare.
What?
You just had to read this. It's worth to read though. It's nice work.
Oh yeah, I gotta get this joint. You know, I'm into like the war games and shit. That's my thing. I'm like the general and that shit. Like I live.
Now remember, I told y'all all of the women's rituals of the earth rites is in the Sufi orders. The men do them, but they can't empower them. They can't make them sustainably applicable. Oh, I almost forgot the most important thing.
What?
Where did he go?
Where did who go?
Maitreya, Enlil.
Yeah, where did he go?
He was in Kenya.
Yeah, he was in Kenya, but where did he go after that? Back to
Listen,
Nubia?
no. He stopped in Kenya. Whose land is Kenya?
Let me think. Kenya.
That's the land of the jackal.
You just got cut out.
Who do you know over here that was from Kenya that rose to prominence? Test tube baby ass.
Obama.
Mm-hmm. Maitreya went to Africa, to Kenya, Obama's homeland in 88. What was Obama doing in 88?
Exactly. Say it again.
What was Obama doing in 88?
Where was he?
He was in college. He should have been.
Yeah.
He should have either been in college or working at a law firm.
Yeah, working at a law firm, Goldman Sachs.
Who is Goldman Sachs? Goldman family, right? That's the blood shield for the Goldman family is the Saxons.
Okay.
The Saxons trace back to Queen Elizabeth. Right? So you got the Anglos and the Saxons merging together to form Anglo-Saxons. These is clans.
Yeah, you're right. Now I'm saying
right.
Yeah.
Now, Baba put out a class he did over the telephone a couple of weeks ago, and he was talking. He was like, "Remember, they trying to unite 5 different families, right? That's what the things is about." Well, Enlil kids don't operate on 5 families. They operate on 13 families, but 12 is the ones who cover up for the first. Right? So, who is the 5 families? We talking La Cosa Nostra now. Mafiosos, Godfather status. We in New York, upstate New York. We talking Gotti and them boys. Gotti was a stand-up dude. And he was took down by who? Sammy the what?
Bull.
And who was the symbol of the bull? Sin, right? Wasn't Leonard Sin, the bull was his symbol? Right. And it was because it was a crescent, right? So Sammy the bull gored John Gotti. Right? So we talking the 5 families. La Cosa Nostra reflect 5 families of hip-hop.
And it's 5 more tribes.
The hip-hop tell us the story in spoken word. They think it's a poem. We just passing the message. Go back to 91. Ice Cube said we just reporters. That's before we even knew who Tupac was. Right? And when you listen to Grandmaster Flash, all they doing is social commentary. Who they talking to? Because we know the so-called white man ain't listening. So who listening?
We are.
We listening. And what did Gil Scott say? He said there's a ghetto code. You got to learn the ghetto code. Dash. Remember?
Yeah.
But the revolution won't be televised. But that shit show gonna play out on social media. The revolution is a full circle. That's a 360 degrees of revolution. Right? So if you're gonna overthrow 32 degrees of knowledge, you only need 33.
That's right.
But if you bring 360, you now just overthrow it. You crush that shit asunder.
That's right. That's
right. So we done came with these motherfuckers with the 5 and the 6 off the left and the right on the straight bump and the motherfucking left bump hostile to a 32 degree Scottish right to an honorary 33 degree Scottish right that overrides all that bullshit with the blood and the rights. And then it'd be a public notice to restore the chiefs on the land. See, they ain't telling you all this shit. Rashad was talking about being at war with Zeus. He was talking about being at war with Enlil as one of the motherfuckers that came down here to clean this shit up. And that's why they had to get rid of his ass, right? and they sent some slimy bitch up under him. Right? That's how they always get us.
Mm-hmm.
It worked every time. That shit worked so good on us that we just don't want to keep our dick where we need it.
Mm-hmm.
But that shit don't work on me. Because if my people ain't free, I jack off first.
Mm-hmm.
That just is what it is.
Yeah, Rashard one of Inky kids, man, and they know they don't come out to niggas like that for no reason. It's something significant that's supposed to happen. But people that they like, people like us, when they snatch you up, this dude up the streets, it probably was something that he was finna ready to do that was going alchemically that was going to change.
So let me tell you what it was.
Go ahead.
I found the priestess that they sacrificed in Haiti with the black pig in the Haitian Revolution, right?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't never know Rashad had told his people that he was Toussaint. So I never would have looked at him like that. But an elder sister sent me a series of receipts to show me who he was.
Mm-hmm.
So he would actually be Toussaint. That would mean that we would